part of what I believe this church is doing and you people are doing is the reaching out and helping others. I think it's an important command, loving one another, nothing more important. So to speak on this and to explain why I feel so strongly about it, I have to tell you a little bit about a window, a period of time in my life that brought this to a reality. I grew up 50s, suburbia Philadelphia, middle class, never missed a meal, Leave It to Beaver, Ozzie and Harriet, Father Knows Best, great community, filled with World War II vets who were grateful to have survived that war, greatest generation, loved God, loved community. Show you how great that neighborhood was and my upbringing was and how sheltered in a way it was. 5, 6 houses down lived Nancy Deeks, who I knew since the 5th grade. She's now Nancy Deeks Kennedy. Lucky guy. A few years later, I found myself at sea as a young engineer, fortunate enough to sail all over the world, the east and west coast of South America, east and west coast of Africa, Far East several times, around the world once. What an eye-opener to me. Young man, what did I see? Permanent, huge impression forever on me. Number one, huge poverty. Give us this day our daily bread. Don't take it for granted. 80% of planet Earth, like birds almost, are every ounce of energy just to get a shelter, enough nourishment for that day for themselves, their family, no clean water, nothing, no way to bathe. I'm talking Bombay, Calcutta, Jakarta, Cairo, all ports in Africa. Took too much for granted, couldn't believe it. Bodies in Bombay, Calcutta, for example, sleeping in the streets, with the next morning a cart that would come along to pick those up that didn't survive at night. Karachi, Pakistan, youngsters picking up kernels of rice that spilled from our cargo, youngsters out of the cobblestone of the railroad tracks to have a meal that evening for their family, the spillage from what we were delivering. There was a famine at that time. 2, terrific conflict, planet Earth. At that time, Vietnam War. So the recipe is, for those national disasters, famines, tsunamis, hurricanes, even without those horrendous natural disasters, just the everyday living on much of planet Earth is beyond belief hardship. So we donate, write a check, as best as we're able to do, and we pray that who we write the check to is Good World Works in the world community. And that they act on that with responsibility to help people. But just as important, we don't live in Jakarta, we don't live in Bombay, we live here. The same things go on. People having trouble, loss of a loved one, poverty, loss of a job, death in the family, illness. We have our homeless, Judeo-Christian homeless section. People hungry and don't have shelter. So even though, by God's grace, our community is not, as I described to you, the way much of planet Earth is, same stuff goes on. So the command is love one another. I'm not too good. Oh, I hit the internet. I'm taking too long here. Anyway, I hit the internet to see if I was getting the right message, and I got, just for love one another, and I got, they did a search on the New Testament, and 16 pages of fine print, so I wasn't far off the message. And, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no greater commandment than this. And, love your enemies and pray for those who prosecute you. Love one another as I have loved you. And by doing that, my love that is within you will become complete, kind of a thing. But that's why I love this church, love being a part of it. I respect each and every one of you, and that's it.